Excuse me, this is Cresta here again. And today I'm going to do some of my narcissistic abuse recovery chapter. And first of all, I would like to title this First Steps for Victims Recovering from Abuse. And this one would be on awareness. Today I want to talk about codependency versus abuse and taking our power back. During our childhoods, many of us lost our voices and power to have our own thoughts or emotional needs met. Many of us were traumatized with imposing doom of threats and possible exploding rages, so we were often conditioned to keep the abusers and enablers as happy as we could, usually left to walk on eggshells. Later in life, this ended us up in a place where we never learned to get our own wants or needs met. In life, we were taught to put others' needs before ours, which is plenty the case in codependency, which about 60% of Americans suffer from. Okay, I lost my place for a minute. In life, we were taught to put others' needs before ours, and we would ignore ourselves. We were taught to be the cluster B disordered individual. We were taught by the cluster B disordered individual that when we stood up for our own individual assertive rights, we were being rude, unfair, or that we were bad, as they were oftentimes unconsciously beating us down to their own selfish levels. This often left us feeling selfish or guilty. Many of us who were left suffering the traumas of PTSD, being it physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, were often left feeling like they wanted to avoid even anything that even remotely reminded them of past abuse, causing further avoidance issues, oftentimes escaping into addictions and other forms of coping styles and methods. Okay. So, but what we need to know that while in states of recovery, facing and often reprocessing the emotions and memories of the past are essential to take back healthier emotional states. Doing this helps relinquish the fear of past intimidations the past abuser had caused, and we can gain more clarity that we have more power over those memories and can face them and challenge them with more strength later on. This will help establish more self-esteem and acceptance of ourselves when we begin to educate ourselves on what kind of stress we were under and begin to lessen the fear around old situations, because in the end, knowledge, acceptance, and understanding and forgiveness for ourselves is our real power. Using some cognitive therapy, it will help reduce PTSD symptoms such as stress, depression, guilt, and shame that often furthers us into states of feeling worthlessness. Doing a daily practice of learning about narcissistic abuse or other cluster B classified disorders for even 1 hour a day from reading books, YouTube, or going to domestic abuse meetings can help speed up recovery that is so needed in your process. And everyone is different. There will be certain recovery stages that we will go through. Some will take longer than others. Everybody's different. And remember, it's important to remember that if this person is harming you, you need to find a place of safety away from them. This is called no or minimal contact with the abuser. You might find that recording a journal with help Um, you reflect and express the further things you need to understand and undertake. Trusting your gut responses will help guide you in what areas you have questions at or need help in. This is a natural thing for all of us. Creating a meditateful time will work wonders for your own peace of mind and growth work. Doing the work that's needed, you will have a greater rate of recovery than the person that doesn't. So instead of falling into negative thinking like we can't solve the problem ourselves, it helps us stay confident that we are actively daily working at it and helping ourselves. When we can look back later on our own progress, it helps to see the points we were at before with things like a journal, not only to begin expressing our true needs and thoughts, which is so freeing and vital, but we can see how far we have come. During this recovery time, it is important you are becoming aware of the abuse and beginning to learn about what you are going through. This is awareness that will help deliver us out of that, oh, this is not happening kind of a state that we're in. Then you can make a safety plan to leave the abuse or distance yourself from it, which is very detrimental if you want to get better for yourself and your children if they are involved. Thank you for listening today. Have a blessed day. Be safe.